Hi, welcome. Can you just say who you are and a bit about yourself?
Hello, I'm Louisa Wass Griffiths, and I've loved Jesus ever since I was a little girl. And I'm 54 now, and I've gone through some ups and downs in my life, but I've really been glad Jesus has been along the way with me.
What does your everyday look like, Louisa?
So I work full time. I work a compressed week. I'm a manager. I have a big team to manage, and we work in public services. So it's quite challenging. We've had quite a challenging time with COVID, trying to help people who feel worried and make sure that they're doing okay at work. And I also have a family. I married Darren about 15 years ago, and he already had children. So I say to him that we've got children, we share them. They've got two mummies. I'm one of their mummies, and their other mummy is their belly button mum. And they're grown up now, my boys. When I started with them, the youngest was 6, and now they're grown up. And my middle boy has moved back in with us, and he's got a little boy now. So as well as having children from the age of 6, I've now had experience of dealing with baby to 3, which has been a challenging but enjoyable experience.
Tell me about the impact that your faith has on your everyday life.
Well, I would say I'm quite an unusual person. In that I'm quite chatty with God. I haven't always been a churchy person. Most of my life before I met Darren, I wasn't at church, but I met Darren. We actually met at Alcoholics Anonymous. And part of Alcoholics Anonymous, they say that you should have a higher power of your own understanding, who you should depend upon to help you recover from alcoholism and deal with life's challenges. And Darren said to me, well, I think it would be good if you went to church, Louisa, because you do love God. So, of course, who do I talk to about that but Jesus? I say, Jesus, what church shall I go to? And Jesus tells me where to go, and I go there. And I really like it at that church. But I've carried on doing the chatting. I chat with God whether or not I'm in church. And I tell people, well, Jesus will talk to you as well if you talk to him. And people say, well, can you hear him? And I say, well, it's sort of my voice that I hear back, but I know it's his words in my head. So that's how Jesus affects my everyday. I talk to him about stuff. Sometimes I tell him I'm unhappy and I need his comfort. And sometimes I say, I don't know what I'm doing. And sometimes I just say, I need a rest. Story in the Bible about this prophet. And he does this marvelous stuff. And then he's just knackered. And God says, go and sit under that tree and I'll tend to you, and sends people to look after him so he can have a nap and some food and some drink and just not have to do things for a while. And I think, I rely on Jesus saying, no, time to settle down now. We need a rest for a bit. And I've just been on holiday for a couple of weeks and I've been having lots of chats with him. And it's really nice.
How does your church support you in your everyday faith, Louisa?
Well, I think my church is really special. I go to St. Augustine's Church in Derby, and there's a lovely rector there called Andy Ward, and he's walked with me along the way as I try to grapple with the strangeness that is church alongside the love of Jesus I've always had. But he really shows that it's loving people that matters the most. He really loves people who come to our church. And he's really loved me while I've been there. And I've been encouraged to love other people. So, we're really close to each other in church. We forgive each other. If we have an argument, we try and talk to each other about it rather than going and talking to other people behind their back. And we welcome everybody who comes through the door. And they don't have to believe the same thing as us. It's about loving people that's the most important thing. And because that church is like that, it's really supported me in how I do the whole Jesus thing. And I think, I wish more churches were like that.
Thanks, Louisa. Thank you so much for sharing your everyday faith story.